And I came up with one of the pinnacle, most important scenes in the entire movie, or at least the essence of it. And all it was me having a conversation in my mind about how these people were talking to each other and what was going on. And I remember it so vividly because it was such an important element to the story. And at the time, how do you measure that? Like it's so hard to measure because the amount of work that was done in that 4 block walk was probably more work than all the work of sitting down and structuring out certain things and trying to, and trying to work out what the story was like that. Because the creative process doesn't necessarily work like in a left brain kind of way. It doesn't work in a very measurable way. It's like you capture something, you capture like an essence, and then you have this like energy source, if you want to call it that. And you're working from an energy source that is like feeding you. But until you've captured that energy source to work from, you don't have access to this whole world yet. And it's like, it's such a bizarre thing because even calling it an energy source or an essence, it's like such a nondescript kind of like fluffy way of describing what you're doing. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but like I had a feeling and it hit deep, and that feeling like hit an oil well. And then the oil well of the story, that source that it hit started spouting out. And once that started spouting out, I just had to figure out what to do with it. But until I hit that oil well, if you want to call it that, I'm using a total analogy here, it just wasn't really accessible. And I knew that. And I never knew when I would strike oil. Mm-hmm. But part of the walking around, thinking about it, having conversations in my head was searching for the oil and the essence and the energy source of the story.